Assisting the Redoran Guard with the Ash Spawn attacks has earned you quite the reputation here. You might think it's all perfume and roses now that the mine's open, but all I see is a new security problem on our hands. Making sure those shipments of ebony make it safely from the mine to the shipping docks is my new order of the day. And with Solstheim crawling with reavers and Azora knows what else, I can't risk any attacks on Raven Rock. I appreciate the help you've been giving us.
If it wasn't for
I'm
the
sorry to bother you, but Second Councillor Rano asked me to come find you. He said it's quite urgent. All he wanted me to do is track you down and send you to him. Look, this is important. Even more important than wiping out the Ash Spawn. Please, go speak to the Second Councillor as soon as possible.
Thank you for coming. After everything you've already done for Raven Rock, I hate to ask for more, but I can't risk Councillor Morvain being killed. The Ulan family of House Lalu, a rival great house, has placed a death mark on the Councillor's head. It's a private matter. Let's just say they seek revenge for the execution of one of their own, ordered by Councillor Morvain himself. The problem is I don't have any solid proof that anyone from House Lalu is hidden among us. Only my suspicions. It may be justified, but it certainly isn't appreciated. Councillor Morvain simply feels that I'm being paranoid. I'm afraid that one day I'll awaken and discover him dead. I don't want it to come to that. I do. I've received some information from my sources that there could be elements of Ulan's house, House Lalu, already in Raven Rock. Raven Rock is a small settlement, so it's hard to accomplish anything in secret. If any of them is from House Lalu, I wouldn't be able to make a move without them knowing. I had a feeling you'd be willing to listen to me. I need you to start out by being my eyes and ears. Search Raven Rock and see if you can root out these traitors. The best place to start would be Geldis Sadri, over at the Retching Netch Corner Club. If he provides you any leads, check them out before bringing them to my attention. Can't afford to make any mistakes. Traitors. The lot of them. Their collaboration with the Empire may have given them unrivaled political and economic strength, but their hearts weren't with the Dunmer people. Lalu deserved every bit of hatred they received once the Empire released its grasp on Morrowind. Having past ties to the Empire immediately turned them into the scapegoat for the Dunmer people's suffering. They had welcomed the Empire with open arms and benefited from it. When everything was said and done, they were no longer recognized as a great house and were dismissed from the council. I maintain a few contacts in other Dunmer settlements across Tamriel. Most hail from House Redoran, but there are a few from other houses. Most of my contacts live leagues away from Solstheim. Sending the occasional message back and forth is all we can manage, and sometimes takes months or more to arrive. However, any information we can glean in times like this, I consider vital to House Redoran's survival. During the Oblivion Crisis, gates to the Plane of Oblivion opened all over Morrowind. The Empire pulled most of its forces out of Morrowind to deal with the gates in their own homeland, leaving us virtually defenseless. We had no standing army at the time. just uncoordinated pockets of resistance.
Never traded my skills for pay.
House Redoran took charge and was slowly able to build an army. It took years, but it became a force to be reckoned with. When the Argonians invaded years later, House Redoran's army was able to prevent them from sweeping across all of Morrowind. It would be fair to say that House Redoran literally saved the Dunmer people from destruction. Don't worry. You can trust Gelbis. He's been with us for a long time.
Got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
You've brought Ravenrock back from
Welcome
the
to the
breach.
Retching Netch Corner
I don't
Club,
know how to
home
say
of the
it.
finest... Well, well, Adril's got himself a spy, does he? Well, Zura knows he needs all the help he can get. He's been chasing the Ulins for years now. No, I just think he's going about this the wrong way. Actually, I do. If you want to catch those slippery slaughterfish, you need to let them come to you. There's an Ulin ancestral tomb near the temple. Someone's been leaving ash yam offerings on the altar inside. If you were to wait inside for whomever that is, I'm betting they'll have some of the answers you're looking for. What makes you think I have it? Anytime Adril and the Redoran Guard made a move, the Ulins must have been one step ahead and didn't show up. You can thank me if it works. Until then, I'd head to the tomb and wait until your visitor shows up. Back in '95, Vila Ulin came to Ravenrock with a plan to take over our town. The Fetcher thought he could stir up the locals and use them against the Redoran Guard, and then murder Consular Morvain when we weren't looking. He arrived alone, but spread enough coin around to start changing people's minds. Half the bloody town joined his side. Can you believe that? He underestimated the Redoran Guard. They were organized and brought a swift end to the coup. Vila tried to run, but he was caught by Captain Veleth himself. Vila Ulin was executed a short time later, and his remains placed in the Ulin ancestral tomb. When the Dunmer is laid to rest, the body is burned and returned to the ashen soil. Since the ash yam is born of the very same soil, it represents rebirth and renewal, the fact that life ends and begins anew. Safe travels, Outlander.
Let me guess. I'll be here. Unless I find someone better to stalk.
If that is what you wish. How can... Certainly. Be careful.
Oh, what is it?
Got our eyes.
If you say so.
Can't get blood from a stone.
Excuse me. I didn't realize there was anyone else here. I presume the same thing you're doing, leaving an offering for the departed. Forgive my surprise. It's just that I wouldn't expect that sort of behavior from someone who isn't Dunmer. Since there aren't any Ulans left on this island, I've taken it upon myself to leave the traditional offering in their stead. Oh, no bother. We all have a right to be here. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to meditate a bit.
Head over to having any trouble. What can I do for you, friend?
I hope Geldis proved useful. Have you made any progress?
May I have a
Tell
word
us,
with
you.
Counselor?
Are you sure?
Of course, Indiri.
So Geldis's plan worked, eh? Every time we tried it, no one would ever show up. If Telesu's involved in any sort of plot to harm Councillor Morvay,
Can't increase the crop.
I'm going to need hard evidence to prove it.
Sorry.
I'm not kicking down anyone's door until I have solid evidence in hand.
More often this year.
If you're wrong about Telesu, things would quickly go downhill around here, and the real culprits might slip away. I can't afford for that to happen. If you have evidence and it places your life in peril, I would expect you to do whatever you must to keep yourself alive. Here, this key should open the front door of the manor in case they've locked it. Good luck. Villa Ulen wasn't the first Ulen to live in Raven Rock. His father, Valen Ulen, was one of the first Dunmer to settle here. Unlike his son, Villa, Valen was a good man. He contributed to the community and was quite respected. When Valen died, his family provided the funds to construct the tomb. The Ulen family being a part of House Lalu didn't matter. It's Dunmer's tradition for the ashes of the deceased to be placed in an ancestral tomb. Valen Ulen and his son's remains were both laid to rest there because that's what he'd requested. Telesu is wife to the family patriarch Vendel. They have a single child, a daughter named Miriam. They arrived here 10 years ago and have been nothing but a benefit to Raven Rock ever since. They are quite wealthy, and they've been quite generous by sharing their fortune with the community. They've contributed coin, food, supplies, even helped repair a few of the buildings in town with their own hands. People have mentioned it's a bit odd about how close in age Mary appears to be to her father, but that's hardly a cause for alarm. Just make sure you find solid evidence. If I accuse them without it, I'll be the laughingstock of the colony. Be careful. With the Severance...
Holstein, you do so at your own risk.
Plenty of work in the mine, if you're looking.
What is it? Let's go.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Where shall I will shadow your steps.
I don't know what you're playing.
Did you
at,
find
Kumar.
any evidence at Severin Manor? Then we finally have them. All that remains now is chasing them down and bringing them to justice.
I have a knack for smelling trouble. For some
Good.
reason, I reek of it.
I'm going to send two of the best Rerengar guard we have to take them down. I want you to assist them any way you can. See that you do. We can't afford to let these traitors slip away. Ashfallow Citadel's been abandoned for a long time. Be ready for anything.
Do you have some? You can take me anytime. I mean, you can take me with you.
Look! Bakur!
Found you! Over here!
I don't like the ghost, but I'm superior to you in every possible way. Who am I kidding? I love to go. You should pick and summon your own size. Bigger and
Remember that you
it's not enough
I will not fall.
I wasn't laughing at now I see why I'm so hated.
I do not fear death. Keep your guard up.
What was that? That's it! You can't win this! Careful! You hurt my pretty face! Careful! You hurt my pretty face! That hurt!
I will not fall.
I feel better now.
Remember, Joe is back.
You obviously never met me, otherwise you would be talking right now.
Victorious my back
again. Now, calm yourself. You know I'm irresistible.
Fus, Rota!
What makes you think you're any different to the hundreds of others like you I have killed?
Fus, Rota!
Well, what happened? Were you able to track down Vendel? Out with it!
Gods, another
Then,
one.
it's
I'm
finally over. What of the Redoran Guard I sent to assist you? Damn it. I was hoping to protect our people by sending them, not end up with casualties. To think that Vendel would stoop so low as to hire those fetchers. I'm glad you killed him. Wonderful. Simply wonderful. Councillor Morvain will be quite pleased when he hears about this. Follow me, and I'll take you to the Councillor so you can speak to him yourself. Excuse me, Councillor Morvain. I have some wonderful news.
Adriel, I haven't seen a smile on your face like that in a long time.
This visitor has single-handedly dealt with a threat that could have ended your life. Vendel, Telesue, and Miri Severin weren't who they appeared to be. I'm afraid they were here to avenge Villa Ulen's death.
Vendel? But he's done so much for Raven Rock. How could this be possible?
They did it to gain our confidence, Councillor. They had us all fooled. I should have been more vigilant. I'm sorry.
Don't say that. It's not your fault, old friend. And you, step forward. What
How
you've
much
done
longer
for
do you
me,
intend to serve
for
as his
all
shield?
of Raven Rock, goes far beyond what I would have expected from a traveler to our town. For this, you have my deepest gratitude. Now, I'm certain Adriel was prepared to reward you appropriately for everything you've done.
I'm sorry, my love.
However,
This island,
since a bit of
felt the
coin
same
hardly
since
seems
your
like
father
enough,
fell. It's as
I've
if
decided to provide
is
something
missing.
more
Every
substantial.
gunmer left a piece of themselves behind. when
Since
they
the
passed
Severin
away.
family, or whoever
All
they
we can
were,
do is
turned
make
out to
the
be
most of
criminals,
what we have.
their property is now forfeit. As Counselor, I hereby award you Severin Manor and everything contained within. You've earned your citizenship here, and I hope you'll consider staying with us as a member of our community. The mines are open and the ebony has begun to flow because
I
of
can't
your
thank you enough for
discovery.
reopening the ebony
My
mines.
eternal
You've
gratitude
brought
and
light to
blessing.
No?
Yes,
What are you gawking at, outlander?
the mines are open and the shop is busy again.